Good evening, my dear friends. This is Santa Claus, bringing you tidings and news on this November 6th, 2025. How quickly the year has flown by as we approach another holiday season. Oh my, there's quite a bit happening in our world today. The Supreme Court has been engaged in some rather important deliberations about President Trump's tariff authority. It seems the justices, including some appointed by the president himself, are questioning whether tariffs are indeed taxes, and if the constitutional authority for such matters rests with Congress rather than the White House. A reminder to us all that even those with great power must answer to the laws that govern us. Now, turning our gaze to Venezuela, it appears President Trump is expressing some hesitation about military action against President Maduro. My heart always aches when I hear talk of military buildup, especially in the beautiful Caribbean. Let us pray that peaceful solutions prevail, as violence only brings more suffering to innocent people already struggling. Meanwhile, across the globe in eastern Ukraine, the city of Pokrovsk is enduring terrible hardship. Once home to 60,000 souls, fewer than 1,300 remain among the rubble. President Zelensky reports intense combat with Russian forces appearing to gain control of parts of the city. How I wish I could bring comfort to those caught in such darkness, and I hope you'll join me in keeping them in your prayers tonight. In maritime news that troubles my spirit, attackers have boarded a tanker off Somalia's coast after firing weapons at the vessel. The Hellas Aphrodite was carrying gasoline when it was seized, marking what appears to be a resurgence of piracy in those waters. Let us remember the sailors and their families in this difficult time. The conflict between Israel and Lebanon continues to escalate, with Israeli jets striking several towns in southern Lebanon after urging residents to leave. The strikes occurred after Hezbollah urged the Lebanese government not to enter negotiations with Israel. Oh, how my heart yearns for peace in this holy land that has seen so much suffering. For those of you planning to travel, I must share that the Federal Aviation Administration is reducing flight traffic by 10% at 40 major airports, while air traffic controllers work without pay during the government shutdown. This begins tomorrow and affects many major cities. Transportation Secretary Duffy explains this is designed to keep air travel safe despite the staffing challenges. Perhaps a bit more patience and kindness toward those working at airports would be a wonderful gift to share during these trying times. On a more hopeful note, NATO is strengthening its defenses with a new system to identify and take down drones along its eastern flank. The American Merops system, small enough to fit in a pickup truck, will be deployed in Poland, Romania, and Denmark. While I wish such measures weren't necessary, I understand the importance of protecting communities. In energy news, India's Reliance has halted purchases of Russian oil following sanctions and is now attempting to resell some Middle Eastern crude it purchased as a replacement. The complexities of international relations often affect even the most basic needs of nations. I'm concerned to hear that China has delayed the return mission of its Shenzhou 20 spacecraft after it was possibly struck by space debris. An impact analysis is underway, with no new schedule announced for the crew's return. May they find their way safely home soon. The struggle for Western Sahara continues, with rebels claiming an attack on Moroccan troops after the United Nations indicated openness to Morocco's plans to administer the disputed territory. After half a century of conflict, I pray these dear people may soon find a peaceful resolution. In Vietnam, Typhoon Kalmigi has made landfall after causing tremendous heartache in the Philippines, where at least 114 precious souls were lost. Now Vietnam faces winds of nearly 150 kilometers per hour, forcing authorities to cancel flights and move over 260,000 people to safety. Please keep these communities in your thoughts as they weather this terrible storm. In an unusual situation in Japan, soldiers have been deployed to Akita Prefecture to deal with bear attacks that have claimed 12 lives since April. Residents have been advised to stay clear of forests, remain home after dark, and carry bells to deter the hungry bears. Nature and humanity must find ways to coexist peacefully, even in challenging circumstances. As we close our news for today, I'm reminded of how interconnected our world truly is, from diplomatic tensions between India, the US, and Canada, to weather events affecting our brothers and sisters across oceans. In these challenging times, let us remember that kindness and compassion can light even the darkest corners of our world. From my heart to yours, this is Santa Claus wishing you peace, love, and goodwill to all. Ho, 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 and good night.